All right, on today's show, we are talking about multiple sclerosis, better known as MS. It is an unpredictable disease that can disrupt the flow of information between the brain and the body. March has been proclaimed MS Awareness Month by Governor Kelly Ayotte. And today we are joined by a local nonprofit working to raise awareness and support the individuals and families living with MS.
From WMUR News 9, this is Heart of New Hampshire.
Joining us this morning is Sarah Locke, president of Locke's Promise, and Dr. Ann Cabot, a neurologist who specializes in MS at Elliot Hospital. Thank you both so much for spending your Sunday morning with us. Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Can you just tell us about your diagnosis? That was 2019, right?
Correct. Yeah, I had just gotten back from a trip to Texas for work, and it was really hot there. And I remember posting on Facebook, man, it's too hot for me here. And the next morning, I couldn't feel from my chest down. And I said, well, isn't that unique? And I spent the next week sort of trying to figure out, you know, what it could be. I was very fit. It was the best time of my life. I did obstacle course races and everything. And I ended up going to my PCP, and it was Lyme, lupus, or MS.
Wow.
And I wasn't home from my first MRI, and she'd called saying I had demyelinization at my T2, which is right in the middle, and that's why you have what you have. Call Ann.
Call Ann. What was that moment like for you?
Everything stopped. It was definitely a pause. I was a very active person. I was on a quest to hike all 4,000 foot mountains in New Hampshire, and it was just a very active time for me. And it was like, why me, right?
Yeah.
These are my legs. Why are you taking my legs out of everything that I have? So it was a scary time, because you just don't know. I always say knowledge is power, and I needed to learn and learn quick.
Yeah. And you started Locke's Promise. When and why? Yeah,
so just last year, February 3rd, we officially became a nonprofit, and it's because our, so I've hiked to raise money, and the first out of June 2020 was my first hike, and I tagged it to the National MS Society on Facebook, and I hiked Mount Washington. Wow. It was on my bucket list. I had 6 of my closest friends, and it took us forever, and my body doesn't forgive me to this day that I did it. But
you did it.
And when I got down, I had made $10,000.
Wow.
Raising awareness and money to find a cure for MS, and that's what it's all about. I want to help those with MS, but man, we need a cure, and in my lifetime, I've said it since the beginning, it needs to be now. So from that, it was sort of like, how do I make this bigger?
Sure.
So we came up with Climb the Peak for MS.
Yes.
It's June 7th at Pat's Peak. Wonderful. And through the years, it's 4 years old now, we've raised over $100,000 for the National MS Society. All of the proceeds from that event go to them to find a cure. So last year, they basically said, you could footline the meds, I mean the dollars, if we were to have you a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if I had a nonprofit, I could give more to the state of New Hampshire and some to you. So then it got rolling. Yeah. And it was like Locke's Promise was born, and we didn't turn around. We added a golf tournament. We added a Jeep event, because now that I don't hike, I off-road and I wheel.
Wonderful. So it's so inspirational to hear you take that moment and turn it around into something so positive. And you did call Ann.
I did.
You called Dr. Cabot.
I did.
And Dr. Cabot, what have you seen? Why is diagnosing MS so difficult?
Yeah, great question. And well, MS is a really complicated disease. It's a central nervous system disease, so that means it impacts the brain, the optic nerves, and the spinal cord, and it can impact different areas in the brain, the optic nerves, and the spinal cord. So patients can present like Sarah did, with numbness and tingling, or they may have something like a visual loss, or even just weakness, or maybe even fatigue. Right. So we know from research that diagnosing early is very important, because we can get patients treated, and treatment is extremely helpful. We've been blessed by incredible research and advances over the years that have made this a very a much different story for our patients with MS, so we can keep them hiking,
Sure.
we can keep them active. And like Sarah said, knowledge is power,
Right.
and we're blessed to live in a world where the science has just been amazing.
So, doctor, can you explain a little bit why someone like Sarah can have certain days where she's not feeling anything and other days where she's feeling a lot better and can hike Mount Washington? Why does that happen?
That's a great question, and I think that's a question that comes back to us all the time. So when, I'll use Sarah as my example,
Sure.
if that's okay with you. So when Sarah had her transverse myelitis, or her inflammation in the spinal cord, it caused a scar, and it leaves that scar in the spinal cord. So whenever the body heals from that, it can function fairly well. However, if the person gets overheated, overtired, overstressed, and that could be something like an infection, you get a pneumonia or a UTI, didn't sleep very well.
So any of those triggers.
You got it, like heat in the summer. And we call it a pseudo-exacerbation, meaning it doesn't mean you're having new lesions. Hopefully. It means that that old spot is just taking a little longer for those signals to get from the brain to the legs, right?
Yeah.
So if we can take care of the underlying problem, the infection, the fatigue, the whatever, hopefully those symptoms will feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the one, Dr. Cabot, who said, I want to see on a t-shirt, never MS alone.
Yes.
And so Locke's Promise made that happen. But what does it mean?
So it's a promise. I promise that you will never have to do MS alone. What I found when I was diagnosed is there isn't a lot in the state of New Hampshire in terms of resources. You have your doctor, you meet them every 6 months to a year, you get your MRIs, but who do I talk to?
Sure.
Nobody understands what somebody with MS is going through if they don't have MS. And we're all different. It's snowflakes, right? It's definitely a gamut of what we could be experiencing. However, and it's personal. It's cognition issues that you don't want to fess up to. It's you don't want to tell your work people, right, that your friends that you have it. And it's sort of, we needed a community. So Locke's Promise has an online private community where we're in it, those with MS and our care partners, to converse and talk about those embarrassing things, or those things about how do you get your kids to clean up after themselves.
Wait, can I need some of that advice. I do want to get to this though very quickly. This is your memoir.
Yes.
It's called Living Out Loud. What is your mission with publishing this book?
So I published in October, and really writing it is, everybody kept saying, you can't make this up. You have to write it down. I guess my determination, my grit, the way that I handle multiple sclerosis and what it's doing to me was a story needing help, needing to be told. And one of the things that we did was, you know, I talked about doing yoga for strength and core balance. I talk about getting outside and movement mattering. And then really all of the things that I did to busy myself to not get set on, I have an invisible disease that nobody gets. There's two mindsets, right? It's negative or positive. And I went so positive, and I was like, this is where we're going. And I want to take everybody with me. I want my energy to ooze off to them, and I want to just go, like, we can do this. So the book really tells about how I was born, how I was raised, and what sort of environment that was. And then I sort of connect the dots, and I always hated being hot. I always, I had problems doing things. Now I have heat-sensitive MS.
Wow.
I mean, does it tie together? I don't know, but it poses questions, and it poses questions to the reader on what would you do? Or, you know, how would you handle this in your life?
Yeah. Well, your energy is infectious. Thank you both so much for being here. You're an inspiration, Sarah. Dr. Cabot, thank you for making sure that no one ever has to MS alone. Okay. We are so excited to share more information. If you want to learn more or to support Locke's Promise, just go online to lockspromise.com.